Okay, perfect. So this is what your consultant page looks like. As soon as you log in, you will see Enter My Session page. You would click on Enter My Session page, click on Understood, and then after that, what will come up is IT test. You click I'm ready. Then you will be able to test your speakers because you have them on. Click Yes, I can. Then after that, you will test your microphone. You click Yes, I can. You will test your camera. At this point, you get the perfect opportunity to remove anything from behind you that does not belong there. Get to look at yourself, straighten up your shirt, check your smile, and you click Yes, it fits perfectly. And then it will take you directly to your My Session page. In the My Session page, you will see, you click on Go to My Session, you will see their class for the current day. Today, I have one class. I'm going to show you how to get into your class and into your next class while still teaching your first class. I only have one class, so I'm going to be doing it in a very funny kind of way. Just pay careful attention. So in about 3 minutes, once this session becomes ready for me to enter, there will be a blue button right here in this section here where I'm pointing the mouse right here, and that button will say Enter Session or Start Session. While we're waiting on that, I'm going to go back into the Consultant tab. This is where you would select your other hours. You'd go to Consultant tab. On the drop down, you'd click Weekly Sessions Booking. Then you will go and you will see the entire table of time come up. You do not have to select time only in these zones that are peak. You can select times pretty much in any of the green areas. The gray areas are almost kind of hardly ever going to be available, but it can still be available. I've had classes at 11:30 before, Toronto time, and they've worked, right? So you can try out pretty much any area of time or block of time that you want to select. All you have to do, if you want to select a time, let's say starting at 6:30 tomorrow morning, you click, and right away you see this area here where it says selected 1 hours. If you click on that drop down arrow right here, it shows you 6:30 to 7, 7 to 7:30. If you didn't want to do the 6:30, you can close it and then hit submit. I'm going to submit it just to show you what happens. Then it becomes grayed. I don't want to do a 7 o'clock class tomorrow, so I'm actually going to cancel that. And how I go about doing that, I go into the My Consultant tab, I go Session Cancellation, and the reason it's gray is because it is less than 24 hours away. It would not be gray if it weren't. I go New Cancellation, I go Unable to Attend in the reason, and I click on the time. Tomorrow is the 26th, and that's the time right there if you see it. I'm going to check mark it. So February 26th, 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. I want to cancel that time. I'm also going to go ahead and cancel my 8 o'clock class for tomorrow evening, that 20 o'clock. I'm going to cancel it because I don't teach at 8. I start teaching at 8:30. So I always cancel that time. So I'm going to go Submit Urgent Cancellation, and I go Confirm. Right away it says success, and then if I look at it, it shows that it's pending. When it's approved, that word pending will change to approved. All right, we should be able to enter our session now. I'm going to close that tab. I'm going to close this tab just so that you see exactly what is happening. I'm going to close this tab just so we don't have too many tabs open. Okay, so here is the tab with my class. I'm going to do a refresh, and I should be able to get in now because it is 8:21. I'm going to click on Start Session, click, and it's going to take me right into the classroom. It opens up the Tutor Meet Plus, This is the platform on which I'm going to teach. I'm going to just show you the screen a little bit. A message pops up, says enter the session, get ready to start. I'm going to click on turn on later. Always do that. This here is your cursor to move. So if you put something on the screen, let's say a sticker for your student, you can actually move it by selecting your arrow, holding your box and dragging. This here is your shared pointer. It's a magic pointer, so you can highlight things on the screen for a temporary time. So anything I touch, it will disappear. This is my text box. Make sure that you don't go on large text. It's too large for you if you want to continue typing on the screen. So you want to select it and drag it down to about there. You click on your screen and you start typing. You can also select the color of the font that you want to use. This is your pencil. Here you can circle stuff. Here is your highlighter. You can highlight stuff. I want to highlight the word Grimm's Tales. That's my phone. I want to highlight the word Grimm's Tales. I can select a thicker point and I can highlight there like that. This is my line. This is a very handy tool. Instead of using your pencil to draw a line under words, which I do suggest, if while the student is reading, let's say they said the word brothers as bothers, you're going to underline the word. You can correct them instantly and say brothers, as well as you can also correct them after the end of the page. I would suggest that you do both depending on the vibe that you're getting from the student. So I underline all my words that they mispronounce, and at the end of the page, we go through the words as a class together. All right, so I would say the word. I would say, okay, let's review these words that we've mispronounced. I would say brothers. I would point to my mouth, cut my ear, brothers, and they would repeat it. And then I move on to each and every word just the same. Here is your circle. So I can circle things. I can circle that word. It's not circling anything or one word, so I can click my cursor, click on the circle and drag it and move it. I have my eraser. My eraser, click on it, erase. I want to clear my entire screen. Click on clear screen and select OK. Let's go back to the first page and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to clear the screen, select OK. All right, so I'm going to close the session. The reason I'm doing this, okay, no, I'm not going to close the session. I need to get back into it. I'm just going to point to my tabs that are open, click back on my session page. I'm going to start my session again. So this is how you'd begin your second session. So let's do this again. So I'm teaching. So while teaching, I want to go into my next class. I point, I don't click, I point to my tabs that is open, click on start session. As soon as I hit start session, my next class is beginning to open, just like this. As it's opening, I'm going to get a message saying that I'm already in that class because it's the same class. But in your case, it won't be the same class. It will be a different class. Your message is going to pop up saying turn on later. You turn on later. You want to get into your second class at least 10 minutes before in order to give you that time to get into your second class within a reasonable time. That way your first class, you can continue teaching. So this is my second class open. My first class is here. You see it says here I'm already logged in to another computer. That's because I've done this for the same class. Ideally, you're doing this for two separate classes. I only did this for the same class just to show you the concept of what you will be doing. So I'm just going to click OK and close that first session. Right back, I'm back again into my first session. This is the same screen. You should be pretty much good to go. All right, I will not log out again. You can test your equipment from here, the gear icon. You can do an equipment test. You can reconnect your session if your sessions are giving problems. Let's say the student can't hear. You can quickly hit reconnect session while you're teaching the student. Just let them know, okay, we're having some problems. Let me reconnect the session. Just hold a moment. You click reconnect session and it reconnects. All your notes and everything will be preserved. It will just open up a new session. You'll get a message saying, please get back into your class within 3 minutes. Make sure to click noted and get back into your class. And that's pretty much it. You have your icon here to clap hands. Your student also, which is going to be right below you here, right below where my face is, you'll see another box for the student. If the student shows their face, you'll see a box. Even if they don't show their face, they'll have access to the pencil, and all you have to do is just uncheck it so that the line moves from across it, so it's not crossed out anymore, and you're good to go. All right, so that is pretty much it.